Howdy, y'all. Johnny Mobes here, giving you another TF2 gameplay commentary. I'm sorry, my Texan accent needs work, but such is life. Here I'm playing as the combat engineer, with the gunslinger, the frontier justice, and the pistol. So yeah, the combat engineer is one of my favorite classes. It's an extremely versatile class. It's fantastic if you're playing with, because it's pretty much got everything. You know, it's not just got the one sentry that it has to completely whack, it's also able to support you in attack and defense and all that stuff. I'll get around to detail and tactics and everything later on, but right now, you can hear the ding sound, which is basically my hit marker. It lets me know when I've hit something. And just by hearing that, I know it might grate to some of you guys, but I like it. I haven't quite figured out how to edit it out yet, so I'm going to keep it in. So, basically the ding sound, it lets me know when I've hit someone, and you can actually hear, just by hearing how many hits the mini sentry gets. It's quite a lot, by anyone's standard. It won't do an incredible amount of damage. I think it's about half the damage that a regular sentry will do, like a level 1. Nothing special, but you know, whenever it first came out, everyone was just like, oh, it's useless. You know, if you want to play as a combat engineer, it's completely useless. Level 3 does way more work, and level 3 is way better, it's way bigger, it's fantastic, you know. And yeah, I was like that for a while. I thought it was completely useless, because I was just your regular wrench slinging lackey, like you see before you right now. That guy in front of me, you know, he's got his own way. It's nice, but you know, don't get me wrong, it's fun to see your sentry completely whoop the ass of some heavy that thinks he's beast. But nothing is more funnier than seeing, you know, a little mini sentry whoop the ass of a heavy that thinks he's beast, which actually happens later on. It's quite funny. A guy starts slagging off the gunslinger. You can actually see it in text later on. A guy starts slagging off a gunslinger, you know, saying that it's only worth like 2 shitty crates and shit like that, and I pretty much put down gunslinger for the win, just sort of, you know, fight in its corner, because it is a fantastic weapon. It looks great, it's, you know, it's got a watch on it, what do you want? And he basically told me to shut the fuck up, and I told him to piss off, and then just to prove a point, my gunslinger took down a heavy, and I put that in, and it kind of, you know, shut him the fuck up. So there you go. Again, another thing about the mini sentry that makes it so awesome. Look at how quickly it builds. You know, already there it goes, getting to work. You know, it takes a regular sentry gun maybe, you know, 3 to 5 working days to get up whenever you're against them. It feels like 3 to 5 working days when you're up against someone. You have to hit a lot with a wrench to get up to full strength and everything, but with this wee thing, you just look at that. It's already good to go. You know, there's no point me sitting next to it, you know, with the wrench out or my hand out, you know, giving it a reassuring pat in the back every time it kills someone, because it's not going to heal it, it's not going to upgrade it, it's just going to give it some more ammo. And whilst that sometimes needs to be the case, usually I'll just blow it up and, you know, put down another one. A couple of reasons for that, I'll get to that later. But again, the positives about the mini sentry is it's extremely quick to build. It only costs 100 metal, so you can quite easily throw down one, and if it gets blown up, just immediately throw down another one. So it gives you the chance to either, you know, once you've thrown down your second one, you've got the choice of either, you know, taking out the guy, you know, thinking if you've lulled down his energy enough, you know, if you've weared him down enough, I'm not wording this very well, sorry, but if you've weared your enemy down enough that you think, hang on, I might be able to take him out here, you are only an engineer, you only have 150 health, which is good with a gunslinger, because it gives you the plus 25 health, but, basically, either do that, or if you think, you know, he's not taking much damage, he took down my sentries pretty quickly and I haven't hit him too much with a shotgun, use the other gunslinger and sentry that you're going to have down, use the other mini sentry that you can throw down because you've got 200 metal at full. Use it to take out the other guy, you know, use it to sort of distract the other guy almost whilst you run away, and there's no shame in running away. Especially if you're an engineer. I die there, I start running away, I get mown down from behind, but there's no shame in it. It's basically just being tactical, it's tactical maneuver. Some people might call it running away, call me a coward, whatever you like. I'm an engineer, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can heal people, I can transport people, and I can build a mini sentry that kicks ass, is basically my response to that. You know, there you go, see, already doing a lot of work, taking people down. The other weapons I'm using is the Frontier Justice, which, if you don't already know, and you play TF2, then you must be playing the TF2 of Mars or something. It has the ability to give you crits according, whenever your sentry dies, it gives you the amount of crits relative to the amount of kills that your sentry's got. It's one for every assist that it's got, even though it sometimes chooses not to count them. I've noticed that a couple of times, I've played this fast enough to notice that. And it'll give you 2 crits, which is a lot, 2 crits for every kill it gets, which again is not a lot, but I think if it starts shooting first, and you're the one that's helping it take down the guy, it'll get the kill and it'll get the points. So that's what makes the Frontier just good. Of course, the downside is it only has 3 shots, so you really got to make those crits count, you know. But it's a really good weapon. I'd say that if you're using the regular sentry, stick to the shotgun, because with the regular sentry, you're not your strategy. There I am. There, typing to response. This is quite funny. Gunslinger for the win. He said it's only worth 2 credits. I give him Gunslinger for the win. I think he typed in "shut the fuck up" in a minute. To which he can go fuck himself. Here we go. I'm just gonna prove this point now. Yeah, here we go. I told him to piss off to be a card that obviously needs to get a life. There we go. Here's the heavy that I take down here. He's focusing on the sentry, and I take it out from behind. And just to prove my point, I put that down in writing. You know, and that actually forces this guy to shut the fuck up. So this troll can, you know, go back to his bridge pretty much. Anyway, what was I? Oh yes. So yeah, the Frontier just is fantastic if you can aim your shots and make those crits count. Because having reliable crits is such an advantage as an engineer. Most people run up to an engineer, not notice the glowing shotgun in his hands and think it's an easy kill. It's not. Look at that thing. It's an absolute beast. I'm gonna just wait until this heavy. I fire off a random crit there. I'm gonna wait till he wears down his health. There we go. Down in 3 hits. Heavy from full health, from full overkill from a medic, down in 3 hits. Absolutely devastating. So yeah, I get killed there by taking down a heavy. I'm on cloud 9 at the moment. And I think this is the time. Nope, not now. I'm just going to roll out to the point again. I do throw down. I'm being a wee bit stupid and selfish here. I'm not throwing down a teleporter, which I really should. I'm a combat engineer, but at the same time, I'm still an engineer. Pro tip, look what I do there. Immediately, whenever I notice it, you know, tips are flying up, that I immediately throw down a mini sentry. I know I have 200 metal. I'm going to fight with this one. If this one gets taken down, I'm probably going to, you know, put another one down and then just run away. It may not be very valiant or anything like that. People might call me a fucking camping stupid engineer noob for it, but personally I don't give a shit. I'm running away. Follow me if you want. I was in a bad position there. That's good tactics. Unfortunately, there's a wee spy there. He's kicked about somewhere. He's not the best spy. Me and him actually have quite an interesting game. I dominate him. He gets revenge, and then it's a bit of a back and forth job. But I don't think he's the best spy in the world. So yeah, putting this engineer, putting the sentry gun up here, you can sort of see it's not the place where people usually set their sentry gun up. Reason for that being is that playing combat engineer and playing real engineer are 2 completely different things. They both have the same abilities, very useful abilities to collect metal, put down sentries, and other fantastic little tools that will help your team so much. As you can see, I put down this dispenser here, and this again, this spy, I don't know what he thinks he's doing. Down he goes, I dominate him, and I give him a little guitar strum there to show him fucking around. There we go. And so yeah, I'll put down a teleporter later. So everyone loves the engineer, whatever it's on your team, because it's just such a fantastic class to have as a support. There's another domination. You know, they roll in, they come with the wins. If you're playing this class, if you're any good, you should get a couple of dominations, because that little, he gets revenge, but that little sentry gun will do so much work. He doesn't sap my teleporter here. I have no idea why. Write something down. I'm not sure what I put down. To be honest, because the quality in this video makes it so that I can't read fine writing. The quality will be boosted when it's put on YouTube. If it's not, this video will be going up. But there we go. He saps my sentry, but he doesn't sap my dispenser. I don't know why. Maybe he's sponging off it. I don't know. But he doesn't sap my sentry, my level 3. So I'm not too bothered. I'm really chuffed to bits about that, because it means I can just resume work. You know. So again, the mini sentry. Pro tip: if you're playing with the mini sentry, don't rely, again he gets me there, but just while I'm rolling out again, if you're playing with the mini sentry, don't rely on your mini sentry to do the work for you. You will need to pull out your shotgun and pistol and, you know, help it out, because it doesn't do a lot of damage on its own. But whenever you use it with your own shotgun and your own pistol, it becomes absolutely devastating for a couple of reasons. One, it actually is a great distraction in my mind and in everyone else's mind. Whenever you play engineer, usually you'll sit right behind your thing, and you'll basically just whack it with a wrench. You'll turtle it pretty much, which is what it's called, which is when you just tank it out. You know, you let it take the damage front on, and yeah, that'll work up to a point, but usually you'll get taken out. With this, you're a lot more versatile. Basically what you do is, you can see 9 times out of 10, you saw it earlier on when he took down the heavy, he immediately, even though he knew I was firing on him, he immediately took out tried to take out the sentry before he took out me. That's because most people will assess the sentry as a bigger threat to an engineer, no matter what he's got, or no matter what kind of sentry it is. They'll always go for the sentry first because they think it's easy pickings, pretty much. Again, got the crits. I don't know if I make use of them here, do I? No, I waste them. Again, just throwing down the sentry again. I'm gonna die here, I think. Yeah, I die. Pardon me. But again, I'm just, you know, throwing down the sentry, and the great thing about this sentry is it goes down so fast, it stops fire being put on you, because 9 times out of 10 the guy will go for the other sentry unless he hasn't spotted it yet and he doesn't know what else is hitting him. But they'll usually go for the sentry, and, you know, always distance yourself from your sentry. There's no point in you sitting next to your sentry and, you know, because you can't heal it. I'm going to die again here, sorry. It's pretty crappy footage to watch, but it gives me a chance to talk. You're not going to heal it. You can't upgrade it. It's never going to get any better. It's always going to just shoot out the same little pew 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 bullets. So there's no point you sitting next to it. Distance yourself from it. Let it take the damage and let you just deal the damage out. Okay, it'll deal a little damage out of it. I like to think of it as I thought this up in another take of this commentary. Think of it as the human sapper. All right. It'll do the job on its own, but it's a lot better if you pull out the revolver and the knife and start stabbing or shooting the shit out of the thing at the same time. And that's basically what this is. It's a human sapper. Think of it like that. I get blown up by a heavy there. They've started spamming a lot of spies and heavies and all that jazz because they know there's a decent couple of engineers on the prowl, and they know that unless they start taking shit out, they're not going to get anywhere. They have actually taken the first point, but they haven't moved up at all. I don't know why. Again, I'm just moving this away from me because I want it to be taking the damage. I don't want to be getting spammed. All the spam's going to be directed onto the sentry. So it gives you a great deal of survivability. I think I get taken out here again. Yep, there we go. I'm sorry, this isn't my best TF2 footage, but you can, you know, I stayed up all night because isn't it convenient that it's only whenever you're looking for good footage you never get it. And then Sod's Law dictates that whenever you actually do get some really, really good games, that they're not the ones you're recording. So yeah, this is the best one I've recorded. It's not fantastic, but hopefully it's watchable. You know, be nice. I actually played this, I think about, let's see, about 8 hours ago now. I played it before I went to work. It's been a long old day. You know, we made plenty of money, but at the same time, you know, it's work. It's tiring, you know. So I came back, I've had a bite to eat. I think I've had half a pizza, and I've had a beer, a shot, because there are lads downstairs. You know, my brother-in-law is downstairs with my sister, so I had a drink with them before pouring myself a whiskey and going upstairs to put this thing up for you guys. You know, I do actually love it whenever I see there's views on my page. And actually, I'm going to start a little thing now about milestones. These are going to be milestones for my videos. I'll put a couple, but here's the first one, okay? My first ever subscriber, okay? I have his name here somewhere, hang on. It's Mr. Mr. IBS Hidden That Way, okay? My first ever random subscriber. Now, when I say random, I mean he's the first subscriber that I've ever gotten that I don't already know through family or through something like that. He's my first ever subscriber. So if ever this channel takes off and if people start subscribing, which I hope to do, subscribing bars just at the bottom there, help yourself. It helps making these videos, because for the reason I'm about to say. When I saw that I'd actually got a subscriber, that my first video was an absolute ass in a plate, because I did babble quite a bit. I was rather nervous. Sorry about that. He put down that I sound very confident for my good first video. I think he was putting it very, very, very nicely. I think I babbled quite a bit there, and my accent, it sounds funny to me, because, you know, you sound differently when you listen to yourself, rather than whenever you're playing it through in your head.